It's crowned girl time. Time. It's crowned girl time. Time.
Hello. Hey guys, I am on Tiffany's page tonight, and we were just sitting here and we just finished this awesome prayer and prophetic call with one of the members of our church, and we were just sitting here, and of course Tiffany, as always, she has her phone with her camera, and so she's snapping pictures and stuff. And so I just indulged her a little bit and started taking pictures with her. And then I just caught this glimpse of myself with the lighting and everything. And I was just like, okay, my eyes are so pretty, But what's amazing is that years ago, I didn't feel that way about myself. Yeah. And so I just wanted to jump on. I said, Tiff, let's do a quick live real quick. Just to jump on and encourage some young girl, some young lady, some older lady, it doesn't even matter. You could be a man, you could be a young man. It doesn't matter, a young boy. But just to know that you are beautiful, just the way God made you. You are beautiful. Your eyes are beautiful. Your ears are beautiful.
Absolutely.
Everything, really.
I'm just saying, just like you, it took me a while to get to a place where I felt like I was pretty.
Yeah.
Because you go through, of course, we all go through those stages where you don't feel like you're pretty or handsome. And they call it the Ugly Duckling stage. And so you spoke on this before.
Right.
And so, we sometimes you feel like you're just not pretty. And while it is not it is not the case. You are beautiful. You are destined to be great. You are spectacular. Your look is unique. I feel like it is okay to sometimes say, I'm not feeling it today. Mm-hmm. But then once you say you're not feeling it, then get over it and move on.
Exactly.
Because if you stay in that stuck place, you're gonna be like, man, I'm not pretty. Man, I'm not cute. Like, I don't deserve to have nice things. I don't deserve to be able to dress nice. And that's the complete opposite. It is the lie of the enemy, the trick of the enemy.
Yes,
it is a set up for you to fail.
Because I remember when you were younger in elementary school, and what happened was you failed. When you were much, much younger, you failed, and you hit your head on the bathtub. And as much as I tried to, make sure that I went and got the butter knife and stuff so that you wouldn't have a knot, it still left a scar. Mm-hmm. And I remember that being like a sore spot for you, and that, people would tease you about it, and, people would just, bully you and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And so I always, since you all were little, I will always tell you how beautiful you were, and how, people they were saying that because they saw something in you that they really liked. Mm-hmm. And so to see you now blossom and be this beautiful, look, I can't even stop her from taking pictures. She is always, she's like, she keeps me on point, you all. She keeps me so on point.
Great.
But it definitely did take a moment for you to reach that point where you fully embraced,
Yeah, no,
how
because
beautiful you
forever, I used to, when people used to ask me, oh, what is this what is this mark on your forehead? Like, I used to ride the train to work, and people used to say, are you a Muslim? Mm-hmm. Are you this or are you that? Is it Ash Wednesday? I was like, no. And I would say this is a birthmark because I didn't want anyone to know that when I was a child, I fell and I hit my head. My mom had to, put a butter knife on my forehead. And it wasn't until I got older that I started to embrace it, because it made me different. It made my look different. Yeah. I didn't look like everybody where, they had this natural birthmark that was in the middle of their forehead. Mine was, simply forced, and it's okay because I'm embracing it and I'm loving it, and it makes me different. Right. It makes me stand out. It makes people want to know who I am. It makes people want to ask questions about who I am. They sometimes
you were intriguing to them.
Yeah, I was intriguing. Yeah. And it's, trust me, it's not arrogance. It's not being stuck up, but sometimes people will perceive that when someone when someone comes to a place where they're confident and they embrace themselves, that is arrogance, or that is, they think that they're all that. It is not that.
It's, you know what, it is a thing of especially when you struggle, because I struggled too when I was younger. I struggled. I was and am and still am, like the darkest grandchild, and and then I had friends growing up, who were lighter than I was, and so I think I dealt a lot with that complexion thing, of being a darker hue. And then on top of that, I went through this stage when I was in like junior high school, where my face broke out so bad, and acne and stuff, and I had spots all over my face and things like that. And so I remember, just being like not wanting people to look at me because I felt so ugly and just like, so dark and just unattractive. And it's like now I've come into this place, the older I get, that I'm like, you know what, girl, I love them little eyes you got. I love the little slant, They always tell me, stop doing your head like that, But it's because I'm embracing who God has made me. Yeah. And it's not arrogance, but it is being assured. It's an assurance of who God has made me. Yeah. And I'm embracing it. And you can't tell me anything now. So it's not being cocky or anything like that, but it's finally embracing the beautiful person that God has made me.
Yeah, and I also think that when you come to a place of embracing everything, that you begin to embrace all that God has within you.
Right.
Like my little sister, when I say that thing,
we gotta get her on here one day.
Yeah, we definitely have to get her.
Her story is
when
amazing.
I say amazing, like I grew up, because my sister's a little lighter than me, I grew up thinking that she was the most beautiful girl in the world, and thinking that, she has these natural beauty marks on her face that people tattoo on their face, that people use the eyeliner pencil to put on their face, use mascara to put on their face. And when you look at her, you see all these different beauty marks that are just natural. Then she has the hair,
luscious hair.
And it all works for her. And I used to think, oh my gosh, I want to have that thick hair. I want to have those beauty marks. When I look at her, I'm like, no, that's distinctive. That sets her apart from everybody else.
Exactly.
She doesn't look like the cookie cutter girl. She doesn't look like anybody else but her. And I think when you come to a place where you embrace your uniqueness, like when you embrace that there's nobody else that looks like you. There's nobody else that has swag like you. There's nobody else that can dress the way that you do. There's nobody else that can smile the way that you do. Like, there's nobody else that can do what you do.
Exactly. Because
God only put that in you. That is when you know that you popping, because then you realize what God made you. You're popping, sis.
Exactly.
You're popping, bro.
Exactly.
Like, you got, like, when you believe in that, you believe in so much more. You be able to see that, oh my gosh, I really can't do this thing that I felt like was too saturated with too many people. It's not about that. It's not about, how many people are in this business or in this section of what you want to do. God gave you something. It's very unique to that business. Go ahead and do it, because I tell you, when you do it, there are going to be people waiting for you to actually get it done and get it out. Yeah. But if you sit on it and you don't embrace what God is giving you, yes, auntie, you're popping, period. Popping, period. When you embrace your difference, it sets the tone for those who aren't able to embrace their difference.
Yes. Yeah.
It gives an example of, man, Tiff did this, I can do it too. And it does not have to look like everybody else. There is not and will never be a blueprint for what God has given you.
That's right.
Because no one else has done it.
That's right.
No one else has done it.
Yeah.
And I was sharing with my sister Shanta a couple weeks ago. The millennials, like, we're different. God made us to be different on purpose. Like, we bring a whole different tone.
Because there is no, how there's a saying that when God made me, he broke the mold.
Yeah.
And people would look at that as arrogance.
Mm-hmm.
But he really broke the mold.
Yeah.
You are one of a kind. There is no other person. There is no other Tiffany. There is no other Talita. We are distinctively who we are. And so when he made me, when he made you, yes, he broke the mold.
Yeah.
So everything that he designed for me, everything that he designed for you is different. And if I try to fit myself into what you're doing, it won't work.
Right.
I just break it to pieces.
Yeah.
You know, your shoes may be too small or too big for me to walk in.
That's so good.
Yeah.
That's so good.
I say good stuff sometimes.
You say put it here, please. You say some good stuff. Because yes, Jew, you broke the mold because okay, say for instance we're talking about shoe size, right? Now I proudly wear a size 8.5, 9. Let's say my students, they probably wear a size 13.5.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. There is no way what I have in me can fit into their shoes, into their mold. There's no way. It's too, if we're thinking about age and growth, it's too large. Yeah. It's like a flower. If you have a flower in a small flower pot, the flower then continues to outgrow the pot. So now you have to find a new pot to put the flower in. Yes. So why are you why are you staying in the pot? Get out the pot.
Oh, she want to preach.
Get out the pot.
She want to preach. Okay.
No, I'm just saying, like, get out the pot. Get out.
Be you.
Get out of being stuck.
Yes.
Get out of the cocoon.
Yes.
Get out like you've been a butterfly for 6 months now. Now, I'm no scientist, so I don't know how cocoons work. Don't quote me. What I'm saying is, get out. Like, your wings are beautiful. You have all these array of colors that need to be seen.
Yes.
But if they aren't seen, people will stay in those dark places. They will stay only seeing black and white when they need to see color.
Yes. You were created to bring color to someone's life.
Yes.
And if you try to operate, if you try to look like somebody else and look like what somebody else is doing, or try to mimic or try to change who you are, cosmetic surgery, like try to change who you are to look like somebody else, then those people who need to have that color that you brought into their life, they won't have it. Because you become into their life black and white.
Don't become attached to false images. Don't become attached to that. Don't become attached to what culture or society names as beautiful.
Yes.
Because what they choose to define as beauty is unrealistic.
Yes.
It's plastic. It's silicone.
Yes.
It's knives and needles.
Yes.
It's when God created us, he said, man, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
He said, let us
make
man in our image and in our likeness. So if God made you in a certain way, he made you in his likeness, which means you are perfect in his sight.
Yes.
Which means that every nook and cranny, every crinkle,
every dent,
because some of us got little road bumps, got little humps, you know. Listen. In quarantine, I didn't develop some road bumps.
Okay.
But God made it beautiful, amen. Okay. And I will not sit here.
My bumps are beautiful.
Hello, hashtag. My bumps are beautiful. like there is no way. There's no way I will subject myself to what people call beauty.
Yes.
I don't care what you look like. Hear me when I say this.
Yes.
You do not
masterpiece.
You do not need to have the latest fashions. You do not need to have the latest this and that. Don't go broke trying to be beautiful.
Yes.
Don't go broke trying.
Yes.
There's no need to go broke trying when
beauty is free.
When it's free.
Beauty is free.
Let me tell you something, and I have no shame. I will go into a thrift store real quick. and find me that real authentic piece, that real nice piece that I know no one else will have, I will go into that thrift store. I will throw that bad boy on. I will walk out this door with my head held high. Right. And do you know what people say to me? Girl, where you get that from? And I'd be like, you want to know for real?
Yeah.
Do you really want to know where I got this from? I got it from the thrift store.
Yeah.
Because and don't get me wrong, do I want nice things? Absolutely. But I would not break my bank trying to stay up with the fashions, because guess what? I am fashion in my own right.
No broke beauty.
Listen, no broke beauty.
No.
If you ever think, if you ever go broke, it's just like Jordans. Jordans these days are astronomical. The prices are just ridiculous. Do I like Jordans? I absolutely do. Do I have any? One pair. Outdated. But
that's okay.
It's okay because they're still cute to me. Anywho, people sometimes will use their last hundreds of dollars, their last, just to get the latest pair of shoes, just to get the latest. Like, what's up? What is up with that? Like, I will not spend my last dollar, to get some shoes. Ever. Even when it comes to makeup, I love makeup. I love, getting beat, as we say. I love it. But will I go and spend $60 on a foundation? No, I will not. I will not. Will I have a makeup artist go do that for me? Absolutely. Because
thank God for you, because you're my makeup artist.
Hello.
When I do my makeup.
And people always be like, Pastor Talita, your face look good. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
But that beauty costs nothing because it was given to us free.
Yes.
Like, God didn't say, okay, I'm going to make so-and-so look like this, so they have to go and buy this.
Yeah.
Like,
embrace who you are. Embrace your beauty. Embrace your individuality. Embrace your uniqueness. Like, just embrace who it is that God has made you to be. Because at the end of the day, I always tell my daughters when we're talking, because we always have these deep discussions. I said, you know what? God made you exactly the way he wanted you to be. Mm-hmm. And so don't let anybody else, come and tell you that you have to change this, or you have to do this, or you have to have this in order to be appealing to them. Mm-hmm. Because then obviously you're not meant for them. No matter who it is, embrace who it is that God has made you inside and out.
Yeah.
Embrace it.
Yeah, I remember when I was in college, I used to try to be a fixer of people and fix them to make them love me even more. Mm. And that is a form of manipulation. Yeah. It's a form of manipulation. Not only that, it is also shining a light in the insecurity that I had at the time, because I felt like that I had to do all these different things just to show this person that I am worthy of their attention or their love or whatever else. Honey, when I say Tiffany has been changed,
be free.
I am in a place where I don't need reassurance, or affirmations from people. Because every morning I wake up, God tells me, the beauty I see in you, the beauty I made in you, because you're perfect to me. Yes. Yeah, I remember, and I will admit, I used to want a lighter skin, not even on the front. I used to want that because that was the thing that was wanted. That was the complexion that was accepted. Like it was the end thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was the end thing, and so I felt like as a dark skinned girl, I had to do more. I had to do more. I had to set the standard higher. I had to come with these different things. I had to look a certain way. I had to talk a certain way. I had to carry myself a certain way. When God was like, no, you're being a fraud. Don't be a fraud.
Don't start. You know what happens is we start to overcompensate, or we start to compensate in areas, and we start to do things in areas because we want that acceptance. Yeah. Because we feel like, we aren't inadequate. We feel like we're not enough. We feel like, okay, if I do this, if I do that, then it'll make this person like me, or I'll be able to fit in more. And so we start to do things that put us in compromising positions. things that we normally wouldn't do, but because our self-esteem, is low, and because we feel like, okay, if we don't do these things, then we're going to be looked at in a certain light. Then we start finding ourselves in positions and, just doing all kinds of stuff because we want to fit in.
Yeah.
When we weren't created to fit in.
Yeah.
Our beauty, the way God has made us is for a distinct time, distinct place, distinct people. And so we can't compromise who we are trying to be somebody that we're not.
Yeah. Yeah. I think beauty is very specific. It's very, what I mean by that is that there are different cells that work together to create something. And I believe that when God created us, that He said, I don't want duplicates. I don't want carbon copies. I don't want that. And what I am seeing in my generation are carbon copies. I'm even seeing blind carbon copies. And God doesn't want that. He does not want that. He wants you to be authentically you. He wants you to be the original. He wants you to be that. He wants you to stand out because your light is specific to you. And if you go and try to recreate someone else's light, you're now hiding behind their shadow.
And you don't shine.
The
world will never get to see your shine. Because you are hiding behind someone else's light, someone else's, you've become a shadow. And no one can see you. And we want to see your beauty. We want to see who you are. We want to see everything that God has said about you. We want to see you walk in your beauty. And be confident and be proud.
Be very proud. And not proud, but be embrace it. Love it.
Exactly.
Take this time. I mean, we're in quarantine for a reason. This is not by happenstance. This happened for a reason.
Exactly.
So take the time. We were just in a prayer call, prophetic prayer call, and one of the words that came forth was God is trying to take us higher and deeper. Dive deeper. Dive deeper, because when you dive deeper, you see so many different things. I heard God told me the other day. He said, when you become intentional about my work, you will see how intentional I am and was about you.
That's good.
And it rang so clear, because sometimes people have ulterior motives in doing the work. But when you're intentional, when it's genuine about doing His work, you will see the beauty in the work that He created in you. You will see how much work it took God to create you. When I say it took work to create us, it took work. Like, God didn't just say, give me 60 days. He didn't. He didn't.
I just heard God say, he said, stop trying to undo what He's done. Stop trying to undo what God has done. Stop trying to rework a work. You are a marvelous work. Stop trying to redo God's work. He's perfect in everything He does. Stop trying to rework His work, because then you make a mess of it.
And then you end up regretting it. And wanting to take it back.
End up disfigured. People have all these cosmetic surgeries trying to capture, a look, or capture, whatever they think is beautiful. And they have so many cosmetic surgeries, and they go back in to correct something.
Don't become unrecognizable.
In your quest to be recognizable.
Don't become unrecognizable.
Face distorted, all just the features all over the place now. Because you have tried to rework what was already a masterpiece. A masterpiece doesn't have to be reworked. A masterpiece has high value.
Ooh, yes, it does. It has high value. High value. The highest bidders come for the masterpiece.
Did you hear what she said? If they tell you you're not good enough for them, then take it and say, you know what? That's because your worth is down here.
Your bid
my
was
worth
too low.
is your bid was too low.
Your bid was too low.
My worth is up here. You know, you down here.
Yeah. And it's just like standards. Mm-hmm. Standards when it comes to anything in life. Mm-hmm. Don't ever let someone make you feel like or tell you that your standards are too high, mm-hmm. because that's false.
Mm-hmm. Stick to your standards.
Ooh, distorted spirituality. Come on, Sister Jania.
Yes. Distorted. Can't, you're unrecognizable.
You got too many. You have too many
faces.
Too many faces.
Too much
many deposits.
On. Too much going on. Too much. Now you distorted, and no one can recognize who you are. Mm-mm. Because you've allowed the enemy to cause you to cut away at what God put together.
Yeah.
God took his time. He took his time. And the enemy, if you let him, will undo and unravel what God has done.
Yeah.
And he's saying, no, what I created was perfect. You just have to embrace it.
He'll allow you to unravel so much that you'll now have yourself deposited into different banks, into different areas of life. You're
not
now
even different banks, because you try to go back and get back what you deposited. You can't get.
You
it
don't
back.
have nothing. You the negatives.
You done gave stuff everywhere.
Like you have now. I see like an octopus. Mm. Here's a head, and there are 8 legs. Extended different ways doing different things. Mm. Bring that control, not control where you're now controlled, where you can't do anything, but allow God to bring everything back to the center. Allow God to take those 8 legs and only create 2. Sometimes you have to tell your friends, close your mouth. Close your mouth when it comes to me.
Yeah.
Don't speak.
Yeah.
Don't speak on my. Don't speak on my body.
Yeah.
Don't speak on my face. Don't speak on how I do my makeup. Don't speak on how my haircut looks. Don't speak on how I talk. Don't speak on how I walk. Don't speak on it. Do not speak. Do not put your unclean mouth on me. Don't do it. Don't do it because what you're doing is now you're putting things on me that were never meant for me.
And the thing about it is, most people that do that, they lack something within themselves. And so instead of looking at themselves and trying to fix or allow God to fix them, they then deflect what it is, or what she thinks she is, or this, or she, no, that's a deflection, because you actually see something in me that you like, and because you have low self-esteem, you can't articulate what you can't articulate the beauty that you see. Instead, you want to put me down, but don't put me down. Don't put your mouth on me.
Yeah.
But a lot of times it's because they lack within themselves, that confidence. Within themselves.
Become like don't feel bad for having to shut your friends down. Don't feel bad. Do not feel bad for having to tell your friends who you are and whose you are. Do not feel bad. Do not be afraid of it. Because the moment that you become afraid or feel bad for it is the moment the enemy think he got you. Do not let it happen. Continue to speak up for who you are. Continue to speak. Do not close your mouth when it comes to what God has told you to do. Do not close your mouth when it comes to dropping whatever God told you to drop. Produce. You have to produce what God has put in you, because it will become stale if you don't.
You have to teach people how to respond to you.
Yes.
You have to teach people who you are sometimes. Don't let people dictate to you who you are. Right. That's what happens, or what could make happen a fall in your self-esteem. When you begin to believe the words of people, don't let people dictate and tell you who you are. You tell people who you are in God. If you make your boast, make it in the Lord. Tell people who you are. no, I'm not that. No, I'm not that. But this is who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And I speak boldly and confidently about that because I have God backing me up.
Yeah.
And because his word says it.
Know that you got backup.
You got backup.
You got backup, Pooh.
You got backup.
I got backup.
Girl.
If only you knew. If only God could let your eyes see what was really happening around you and how he's keeping and protecting you. If only you could see the war that is going on your behalf. If only.
We just wanted to jump on really quick. It was just in our hearts. And, I'm always, can I say flicking it up?
No, we don't. I didn't mean to get that aggressive about that word. No, Mother, we do not use flicking it up.
So we were taking pictures. We were taking pictures. And we just began to, I thought you can't say flick it up.
No.
So what do y'all say?
We just say take a picture, take a selfie. Whew, baby.
That's why I thank God for her and for Jania and for Justice because they keep me in line. See, I'm trying to be, somebody I'm not.
Exactly. Be who you are.
I am. That's why I said flicking it up.
Listen, listen, when it comes
to
that
flicking it up, we would say
no. I'm sorry, I'm making a joke. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just wanted to jump on real quick. It's been 30 minutes. We're not going to go even longer.
Just love yourself.
Yeah,
that was what we wanted to jump on and say. Yeah. Love yourself. Love who God has made you. Embrace who you are. Embrace everything about yourself, and go out and be who you were called to be.
Mm-hmm. Do exactly that. So, if you guys want to see this again, mother-daughter talk time, let us know. But it was just spontaneous.
Yeah, it was very spontaneous.
Yeah, it wasn't anything planned. It was literally sitting here putting on lip gloss and taking pictures. No, that's mine. That's yours.
I need some water.
Girl, we can go to the store.
I'm not going to the store.
Listen,
with COVID going on.
What we not about to do? I'm not gonna say it. We're not gonna scrape the bottle.
See, be who you are, sis. Yes. Be who you are. She told me we're not going to sit here and scrape the bottle. So
no.
I'm putting this out there now. I need some more lip gloss.
Let's go to Amazon right now.
Yes.
But
we love y'all.
Yeah, we love y'all. We hope and pray that you all feel beautified and feel encouraged to be who you are, to walk confidently and boldly in who God created you to be, called you to be. He called your name, so answer the call because he called you for a reason. Amen. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. You guys have a great evening.
Crowned Girl time.